I'll never forget the way my mom smiled at me that day. It was my wedding, the most important day of my life, and she leaned in close, her voice soft and sweet, but her words. They shattered me, she said. We're passing the car his parents gave you to your brother instead. You don't need it anymore. I froze. For a second I thought maybe I'd misheard her over the music, the laughter, the clinking glasses. But no, she meant it. My mom, the woman who raised me, who was supposed to be proud of me that day, had just announced at my wedding that she was taking away a wedding gift that wasn't even from her, and giving it to my brother. Tell me honestly, would you have stayed calm if your mother did that to you? Okay, let me back up, because this story didn't start at my wedding. It started long before that. Years of favoritism, of being treated like the less important child, all led up to that one humiliating moment. I grew up in a middle-class family with one sibling, my younger brother, Daniel. He was the golden child. Everything he did was amazing, perfect, brilliant. Meanwhile, I had to work twice as hard to get half the recognition. If I got an A, it was expected. If he got a B, it was a celebration. Our parents loved to show him off. Daniel's so talented. Daniel's going places. Daniel's the pride of the family. And me. I was the one who cooked dinner when Mom was tired, the one who helped Dad with the bills, the one who got a job right after college to help with the mortgage. Still, none of that ever seemed to matter. I was just there, useful, dependable, invisible. When I met my now husband Ryan, he saw through all that. He made me feel valued. He'd grown up in a warm, affectionate family, the kind where everyone cheered for each other's successes instead of competing. When I first met his parents, they hugged me like I was already part of the family. It was such a strange, comforting feeling that I almost cried that first night at their house. Fast forward to when Ryan and I got engaged. His parents were over the moon. They said they'd take care of the wedding car, a symbolic family gift they gave to every newly married couple in their family. A beautiful white Mercedes, not brand new, but in perfect condition. They said, "This is yours now. Drive safely, make beautiful memories." I couldn't believe it. I felt so grateful. My parents, on the other hand, barely reacted. My mom just smiled stiffly and said, "Oh, that's nice." And my dad made a joke about how we don't need fancy cars to prove love. That was it. No congratulations, no joy, just quiet judgment. But I brushed it off because I didn't want anything to ruin my wedding planning. Then came the wedding day. Everything was going beautifully, the ceremony, the vows, the laughter. Even my usually grumpy father looked emotional. For a moment I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe they're proud of me, finally. But during the reception, as guests were mingling and taking photos, my mom pulled me aside. Her tone was cheerful, like she was about to share some fun news. She said, "Sweetheart, we've been talking, and we decided that the car Ryan's parents gave you, we're giving that to Daniel. He needs it more than you. You'll be with your husband now, so you won't need to drive much." I just stood there, my bouquet trembling in my hands. I thought she was joking. I actually laughed, waiting for her to laugh back, but she didn't. She looked at me with that fake, motherly smile she used when she was about to say something cruel but wanted to seem kind. "Mom," I said, trying to keep my voice calm, "that car isn't yours to give away. It's a gift from Ryan's parents." She frowned, as if I just said something rude. "Sweetheart, don't make a scene. We're family. Daniel needs it to get to work. You'll be fine. You have Ryan now." I felt my stomach drop. I looked over at Ryan, who was chatting with guests across the room, laughing, completely unaware that my mother was, in real time, trying to regift our wedding present. Then she added, "We already told him he can take it next week." That's when I lost it. "You told him what?" I asked, my voice rising just a little. "Mom, you can't do that. It's not yours. What's wrong with you?" She gave me that sharp, quiet look, the one she always used when she wanted to remind me to behave. "Lower your voice." She hissed, "Don't embarrass the family." Embarrass the family. That phrase haunted me my entire childhood. Every time she wanted to control me, what I wore, who I dated, what job I took, It was always about not embarrassing the family. So I took a deep breath and stepped back. "You can't take it," I said, firm this time. "The car is staying with me and Ryan. End of discussion." And I walked away before I could cry. That should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. A few days after the wedding, while Ryan and I were on our mini honeymoon, I got a call from my brother. "Hey sis," he said in his usual smug tone, "just wanted to ask when I can come pick up the car. Mom said it's ready." I swear, I nearly threw my phone across the room. "You're not getting the car, Daniel," I said. "It's not ours to give away. It's from Ryan's parents." He laughed, actually laughed, and said, "Wow, you've really changed. Guess marriage made you selfish. That was it." I hung up. I didn't owe him an explanation. But when we got back home, I found out he'd already gone to my parents' house, taken the spare key they had from when I lived there, and driven the car off their driveway. They actually helped him take it. So that's the situation I was in, and I had to make a choice. Before I tell you what happened next, I want you to pause and tell me, what would you have done if your own family stole a wedding gift from you and gave it to your brother because you didn't need it? Would you confront them, call the police, or just let it go to keep the peace? When we got home and I realized the car was gone, I was shaking with anger. Ryan was stunned. His parents were heartbroken when they found out. His dad said that car was symbolic. It was our blessing to you both. And I could see how much it hurt them that my family had disrespected that. Ryan wanted to call the police right away, but I stopped him. "Let me handle it," I said. "They're my family. I'll talk to them first." So I drove with Ryan to my parents' house that night. When we got there, my mom opened the door like nothing was wrong. She smiled. "Oh, you two look so lovely together." I didn't even sit down. "Where's the car, Mom?" Her face dropped for a second, then she tried to recover. "Sweetheart, we told you. Daniel needed it more." "It's theft," I interrupted. "It's not your car. It's not Daniel's car. It's Ryan's parents' car, gifted to us, and you helped him steal it." She gasped like I'd just cursed at her. "Don't you dare use that word in this house. Then give it back," I said coldly, now. My dad, who had been watching quietly from the sofa, finally spoke. "It's just a car," he said. "You have a new husband, a new life. Let your brother have this one thing." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "One thing? Do you even hear yourselves? You've been giving him one thing my entire life. My college savings, my room, my car, every single thing that was ever supposed to be mine somehow ended up with him." Ryan put his hand on my shoulder and said quietly, "We're leaving. We'll handle it our way." And that's exactly what we did. We called the police the next morning. Ryan filed the report, and because the car was registered under his name, it was a clear case of unauthorized use. Within 2 days, the car was recovered from Daniel's apartment parking lot. When the police called him, my brother freaked out. He called me screaming, "You called the cops on your own family. What's wrong with you?" I said, "You stole from me. Don't call that family." He tried to trip me, saying I'd embarrassed everyone, that Mom was crying, that Dad was furious. I said, "Good. Maybe they'll finally realize I'm done being the quiet one." Ryan's parents were relieved when the car was returned, but they could see how devastated I was. I didn't want this fight. I didn't want to destroy whatever was left of my relationship with my family. But at that point, it was too late. A week later, I got a letter from my mom. It wasn't an apology. It was a tridden essay about how I'd disrespected them and chosen outsiders over my own blood. She ended it with, "We'll always love you, but we're deeply disappointed in the woman you've become." That line broke me. For days, I cried, not because I regretted what I did, but because I finally realized something I should have understood years ago. My parents only loved me when I was obedient. The moment I stood up for myself, their love turned into shame. Ryan, bless him, never once pressured me to cut ties. He said, "It's your choice. If you ever want to reconnect, I'll support you." But I couldn't, not after they crossed that line. Months passed. Daniel never apologized. My parents never reached out again. I stopped visiting, stopped calling, and eventually they stopped trying too. The silence hurt, but the peace that came after, that was priceless. A year later, Ryan and I had our first child. His parents threw a small family gathering to celebrate. It was warm, full of laughter, everything I always wished my family had been. As I watched Ryan's mom cradle our baby, I realized something. I hadn't lost a family that day at my wedding. I'd just discovered who my real family was. Sometimes family isn't the one you're born into. It's the one you build, the one that respects you, protects you, and never makes you feel like you have to earn love. So yeah, that's my story. My mom tried to give away my wedding gift to my brother, and when I stood up for myself, I lost them. But I gained peace, respect, and a real sense of belonging. What do you think? Was I wrong to involve the police, or was it the only way to make them see they couldn't keep walking over me? Like this video if you were on my side. Subscribe for more real life stories like this one, and tell me in the comments, what would you have done if your own family betrayed you like that? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you all in the next story.